everyone, I'm Aria. I hope you're all having a lovely day. So today's speed build, we are building my entry to the Sims Sparked challenge, the second Sparked challenge, which is Golden Age. So this challenge focuses on your elder Sims, and for the building category, the guidelines say to build a home fit for your elder Sims to live out their golden age and include a room for their passions or hobbies. So it actually says to think of a unique hobby or an unexpected hobby. So I wasn't entirely sure whether this meant unique and unexpected for an elder specifically, or unique and unexpected in general. So the hobby that I have chosen is LARPing, which I was trying to think of something different, and you know, when it says unique and unexpected, in my mind things like knitting and gardening and baking are all very obvious. They're not really very unexpected or unique in any way, in my opinion. So I wanted to think of something outside the box, as they have specified or as they've asked for. And whilst I was doing a lot of Google searching trying to think of something different, this is one of the things that I found, and I thought it was really interesting. Now, I don't know anybody that does this, but you know, I know a lot of people do. It's a popular thing to do, but it's also an unusual thing, I think. So I thought it fitted the criteria pretty well. So I thought I'd do one room, which I've actually made a basement in this little converted castle. And my idea was that my little old grandpa Sim he's retired from his acting career, and he's moved to this little renovated squire's castle, and yeah, he just wants to live out the rest of his life doing the things that he loves, and that includes role-playing as his favorite knight from his favorite book, which I've chosen one of the pre-existing books in the game, which is, I think, meant to be based off of Game of Thrones. I think it's called Game of Groans, which is really funny to me. But that's kind of my idea. So I just want to talk about this for a second. When I tried to place this bridge down, you had like the concrete foundation underneath, and it didn't matter what I tried to do, I could not get it to work. So I've placed the mirrors into the foundation, the fountain, to kind of give the illusion that you can see through to the other side, and I thought that was really cool. So anyway, back to my kind of little ramble. I wanted it to fit in with gameplay somehow, and my only kind of way of doing that is in the acting career. If you have Get Famous, and your Sims can go on auditions to what's it called? Tournament of Honor, I believe it's called, which is basically like it uses a set that's in the pre-existing rooms, and I've used those items in his little LARPing dungeon. I say little, it's 2 stories. It's pretty big. I kind of forgot to film a lot of it, but we do go down there in the near the end of the build, which I really enjoyed doing this. It's not very big. I think there's 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms. One of the bathrooms is down in the basement, with like a dressing room area, and there's a bathroom upstairs on like the 2nd floor of the castle, and then there's like a guest wing sort of thing on the right hand side, because I wasn't really sure if I needed to include rooms for anybody else, but I thought if he has a spare bedroom, then you know, can't really go wrong with that. So I did actually create a build for the first Sparked challenge, the wedding venue one. I did a really nice little waterfall jungle in Salvadorada, and when it came down to actually posting it, I suddenly got incredibly nervous and I couldn't even upload it to the gallery. And I would kind of regret it. I was really sad that I hadn't even entered, so when it came to this one, I was a little bit unsure of the challenge at first, and it's taken me like a week to actually think of a hobby. And you know, when it came to actually posting the picture of this on Twitter last week, I was again incredibly nervous for some reason, and you know, I don't know. I highly doubt that I'm gonna make top 100. You know, there's so many amazing people that create such unique and inspiring things that they put on the gallery that I highly doubt that I'm gonna, you know, even compare with any of those. But I'm looking at this as just another build for my channel, and yeah, I hope you all like what I have made. So I'm just doing the kitchen now. I do kind of flit around a little bit between inside and outside, but I really wanted to do this like feature behind the oven, and there is there's like an archway that comes with the like the stage prop room that I was talking about earlier, but it didn't size properly, and you're not allowed to use the tool mod or the red shelf in the entries, so I couldn't scale it how I wanted without, you know, using other than only using the bracket key, so it didn't go to the right size that I wanted. So I had to pick this archway, which, you know, is perfectly fine because it matches the doors and the archways in the rest of the build. So I think it looks really cool. I've never done anything like this before, so I thought it was a pretty interesting feature. And I found these vampires windows to be like almost pretty much perfect for this. I've never really used them before because I don't particularly like the like bluey grey tint that they have to the glass, and I wasn't really sure whether you could actually see out of them, but I did, you know, I did have a look in tab mode, and you can see it's just a little bit, I don't know, almost cloudy. I'm not sure, but I thought they looked really good from the outside. So I don't really change much to the exterior from now on. I just playing around with more windows, and now we are back on the inside. So I only include one bathroom in this speed build because the one in like the changing room area in the basement is pretty much exactly the same. I do include a screenshot at the end if you would like to see what it looks like, but yeah, I really like this bathroom. I kind of was semi-inspired by Two Tortina's Townhouse collab that we did a couple of weeks ago. She used this kind of, I think she used the same floor and wall tiles in her bathroom, and I thought it looked really good, so I've used it again in this one. And yeah, I wanted it to be very neutral, I guess, in a way. I didn't want it to be too bright and colourful because I thought, you know, this Sims, he's, you know, he's not really the most, well, I guess he is pretty flamboyant actually if he dresses up as a knight in his free time, but I didn't want it to be like bright and colourful. I wanted it to be quite neutral and just relaxing for the rest of, you know, his time that he's not role-playing. So this is the like guest area, I suppose. There's a bed, and I think I put a card table in there, and like a little armchair near the fireplace. So yeah, I kind of originally had this in mind as his like master bedroom. Okay, so I'll tell you a little bit about my sim. So I have uploaded him to the gallery as well. So his name is Victor Whitmore, I believe, and I have also named him Victor, the undefeated cowplant slayer. Sounds really cheesy, I know. But, you know, I thought it was really cool, and I thought I was being creative and tying it into gameplay. So I've actually put some surprise dead cow plants down there too. I found them on the gallery. I can't remember the creator's name off the top of my head, but I will link them in the description, so you can find them if you would like to have that in your game too. I really couldn't be bothered to play through and, you know, kill off some innocent cow plants, so I just got them off the gallery, and, you know, they worked pretty well for what I had in mind. So in this room was where I really missed the red shelf the most, I think. I sized down a side table next to the bed, and obviously when you try and put things on that level, they don't quite line up. Like when you use the 9 key, it didn't quite raise up how I wanted, so I end up just using a different table. I think I used an island living one. I'm not sure whether it really matches, because I really wanted to use this little one with the, you know, cupboard doors. But this one ended up kind of being the right size, so, you know, I think it looks okay. I really like this bed. I've never used it before, but I think it's really interesting with the glass on the top. The different swatches were a little bit strange to me. I don't know, they were a bit odd. But, you know, this one, I thought the wood matches, so that's fine. And the same with the curtains. Like the curtains that come with the vampire pack that are meant to go with these windows, I don't know, they don't fit properly, I don't think. I don't know, they're not for me. So I ended up just sizing down some of these Space Game curtains, and like I said before, I'm flitting about all over the place, so now we're back in the kitchen. And yeah, I don't know, I really had trouble with curtains in this game. Yep, in the game in general. No, in this build, so I'm trying to use the vampire ones, they just, I don't know, don't work. So I think I end up going with glamour. These ones, are they from the glamour pack? I don't know, but I thought they looked okay, so we used them, and I think they look okay. I changed out those spa stools because I thought they looked a little bit too fancy, and I was trying to go for the medieval kind of renovated castle look. So I didn't want anything too modern, I didn't want anything too fancy, but I have to admit I do really like this little kind of feature that I've done with the sink. Everything's fully functional, you know, I've play tested it all and it seems to work okay for me, so hopefully if anybody wants to download this, then it will work okay for you too. So now we are into the lounge room. I kind of didn't see him using this room very often. It is pretty cozy, you know, it's quite comfortable, but I thought, you know, he's probably gonna be between the kitchen, his room, whichever, I don't know which room I want him to use, or one upstairs or the kind of guest wing, and yeah, and the dungeon basement kind of area. I'm not really sure actually whether you'd class it as a dungeon. I think that sounds pretty cool though, LARPing dungeon. Yeah, I think I actually prefer that over basement. Basement sounds weird. So I tried using kind of old pictures in this. I think I use every swatch in the get together, in that, you know, get together print. They're all black and white, and I think I use, are they from university? I think there's some black and white pictures. So I wasn't really sure what to do in this room that I hadn't already done in the bedroom wing thing. That, you know, didn't mean that I was repeating things again. So I tried to kind of keep it cluttered and lived in there. See, there's my dungeon. I think it looks really good down here. I'm so angry that I I didn't film it. I was like, I spent about 3 hours trying to move everything around down there, and then, you know, when it comes to editing, I find that for some reason, I don't know, maybe OBS just didn't like me that day, but it cut out quite a bit of footage, and I was really sad. But anyway, yeah, I didn't want to like redo anything in this room that I had done in the like bedroom wing, so I tried to keep it as lived in as I possibly could without it being like too overly cluttered. Which if you've ever yep if any of you have seen any of my previous builds, then you will know that I am a bit of a clutter bug, and I find it very difficult to not clutter things. So it was pretty hard for me. Like on the back of this bed, I think I only put like 3 or 4 things, which, you know, usually I'd like fill the whole thing up, but yeah, I tried to not include too many items in this because it's a pretty big build. I think we've actually moved lots like 2 or 3 times now. I'm not sure. I changed what lot the build was on maybe 3 times because I kept on checking the what's it called? You know, when the little like save to library tab thing. I don't know what it's called. But I tried on that on each lot to see what the gallery image looked like, and they're all complete trash. They're all trash. They make my build look ridiculous and tiny and stupid, and I don't like them. So you know, I don't know. I really wish that they would allow you to put your own images up, but they've said you're not allowed to, in like the guidelines, the rules, whatever they're called, you're not allowed to upload your own images, which is kind of annoying because, you know, the image that they have chosen, like the gallery has automatically generated for this lot, just does not do the build justice, I don't think. And, you know, I don't mean to be, you know, hyping myself up or anything, but I think it looks a lot better than what that image kind of shows. I don't know. So yeah, I really wish that they would allow you to put your own images of builds up, because I don't think it makes it look any different. You know, I think it looks fine in my picture that I've chosen. And the picture that is on the gallery, just nobody's gonna click on it, no one's gonna like it because it just looks awful. So I'm really hoping that it doesn't, you know, hinder it too much. But, you know, like I said, I'm looking at this as it's just another build for my channel. It's just another build. It's not anything to do with the competition, because I think I would just, you know, do myself in with the anxiety if I think about it too much. But at the same time, like, I don't want to be the only one on the gallery that doesn't have any likes on it. I don't know. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Okay. So, like I said, flitting about all over the place. So, I do really enjoy this kitchen. I put like a little towel on the front of the sink here, and I think that looks really good. I wasn't really sure what colour to put it as. I really wanted the brown one, but it kind of was the same colour as the cupboard, and it looked really strange. So this room here is another thing that OBS decided to not record. I didn't know what to put in there, and I was gonna like make another bedroom, but then I kind of thought, well, it seems a bit pointless because it's like way out of the way. You have to go like outside and up the stairs to get to it. So I end up making it into like another skill building room, like another hobby room, but it's not really the like main focus of this build. So I think there's pictures at the end, but I turn it into like an archaeology kind of study room. because I figured, you know, he's an elder sim. He's got to have more than just one hobby throughout his entire life. He doesn't just do one thing and that's it. So, you know, I thought it would be nice for him to just have another like side hobby that's kind of just a minor interest of his that, you know, is not really too focused on, but I needed something to put in that room, so so he's an archaeologist as well. So I'm just putting some flags on the outside of the building. I do put a couple of these on the other kind of roof here. None of them match, unfortunately, because they're all from different packs, but I tried to match the colours at least. So I think they're all like an orange and red, and you know, I think they look really nice. So on this top pit here, before we flip back down to the basement, so you'll probably see here, but back on that what's it called, like the roof area where I was putting those benches down, I put like a little white tree because I kind of had, you know, Lord of the Rings inspired moment and needed to have the tree. So this is like the dressing room area. It's pretty open down here. I think it's got very big castle vibes to me because of the stone and the floor and everything, but that's what I was going for. I wanted it to feel very, like I said, renovated castle. So you can kind of just see the bathroom in the bottom of the screen there, but yeah, you'll see images at the end, so you haven't missed out on too much. And yeah, this is kind of just like a hallway area. I wasn't really sure what to put in here, so in here I play around with these columns for ages because I wasn't sure whether I even liked them, and then I put like this trim around the top of the room, and I thought that really kind of tied it all together. I thought it looked really nice. I wasn't entirely sure what to put in like the windows, like, you know, where the archways are. So I end up putting, I think it's just ivy. I think it's ivy, and I thought that looked really cool in there, you know, because it's meant to be like a broken castle. I had, here's the cow plant rooms. I thought they looked really good. Yeah, I had very much Game of Thrones kind of theme in my head when I was creating this. Obviously it doesn't look anything like it, but that was kind of the idea that I was going for. So there's the ivy in the kind of windows, and then I put some swords on the walls, and then I put Lord and Lady Charlotte, I think their names are, up here, because I thought, you know, you always need pictures of like medieval older regal people. So now we are finally onto the landscaping. So I did have to cut a lot of this out, unfortunately, because it took me about 5 hours to do the landscaping. But I think it looks really good in the end, and it's really all kind of tied together. And I again really missed Tall when I was doing this, because there's bits floating all over the place and it just was irritating me, and I tried my best. But here's what it looks like when I'm almost done. So I hope you have all enjoyed this video. If you do like this build and you think it's really good, then I would really appreciate it if you could give it some love on the gallery. Please make sure that you have Move Objects on if you decide to download it, because it will, you know, things will go missing. And yeah, I will see you next time, and I hope you have a lovely day. Bye everyone!
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together. It's so beautiful, you and me. We meant to be in the great outdoors. step back to see the truth around you. From a distance you can tell. You and me were meant to be.